सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Today's subject is illumine your comprehension. I can say this is the whole subject of Patanjali. This is the subject which Patanjali is expressing through this whole sutras. Illumining your comprehension means seeing things properly, with a proper light, with awakened vision. Your mind is your bondage. Your mind leads you to freedom. Mind can make anything out of anything. Any situation can be experienced as any situation. It can either enjoy or suffer the same situation. It can experience joy or being defamed in the same situation. It can comprehend pleasure or pain in the same situation. It can make you experience anything out of anything. I have seen people coming to me for healing. After 2 days they will come. There will be few people, they will come with so much of joy. They will say, oh God, Swamiji, 50% disease has disappeared. I am surprised. How can this happen just by a touch? They will be in ecstasy, jumping. There are few people who come and tell, still 50% not healed, Swamiji. The deep suffering, sorrow, they don't, when I ask them, how long this disease is there? They say it's there for 20 years. They don't even understand, which was there 20 years, melted down more than 50% within 2 days. They have wrong comprehension, unable to see what is happening. Mind can make anything out of anything. See, both are helped 50%. One guy is in ecstasy. God, I am helped. So much has happened. 50% got healed. The other guy is not even able to feel or enjoy that 50% he got healed. So this is the usual mind. You can comprehend anything out of anything. Any situation can be experienced as any situation. Here, Patanjali says, these 5 modifications: right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination, sleep, and memory. These 5 can be the reasons for your pleasure or pain, for your anguish or joy, for your peace or restlessness. You can use these 5 towards anything. Sometimes people ask me, how can right knowledge be the reason for suffering, Swamiji? How can we use right knowledge for suffering? Here Patanjali says all these 5 can be reason for suffering or joy. Please understand, many times I have seen people creating guilt out of right knowledge. I told you a story a few days before. People understand an enlightened person should be very calm, cool, collective, balanced. This is a kind of a right knowledge. But they use that knowledge and start creating guilt, expectations, difficulties inside them. Even right knowledge in the wrong hands can create suffering, can create difficulties. I have seen people having some idea about how life should be, this, that. Actually, if you see, it will be right knowledge, just like this situation. I was telling you a story, one Zen master crying when his master died. We have an idea, enlightened person should not cry. He is supposed to be balanced. It's a kind of a right knowledge only. But when you apply, misunderstand, misuse, it can create agony inside you. You can use that same idea to create guilt in you, or questions in you, doubt in you. Even right knowledge, the hands of wrong person, can create suffering. Of course, wrong knowledge always creates suffering. People ask me. One more question. Patanjali says here, all these five can create right, can create joy or suffering. How can wrong knowledge create joy? Can create suffering, we know. How can wrong knowledge create joy? Sometimes, accidentally, even wrong knowledge leads you to joy. Even wrong knowledge leads you to next level, next step. I have seen many instances. They may not know the reason, the right reason, but they do the right act. Without knowing right reason, without having the knowledge about right reason, but doing the right act. That kind of situations, even wrong knowledge leads you to joy. Wrong knowledge leads you to pleasure. Actually, what really needs to happen inside us is a cognitive shift. Means your comprehension should be illumined. Straight away able to relate with the truth without difficulties, complications, torturing, straight away ability to relate with the truth. I have seen many times in my experience, people can neither resist the joy and ecstasy of being in my presence, but nor they can drop their arrogance, nor they can come out of their ego. They continue to come and continue to criticize something. I tell them, if you are feeling like criticizing, don't come, relax, be where you are. They are not able to, no. That we can't do. They will continue to come, but continue to criticize something. They can neither keep themselves away, nor completely able to surrender or relax. Means the wrong comprehension. The cognitive shift has not happened. Here, Patanjali emphasizes on cognitive shift. Let us understand all these five modifications: right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination, sleep and memory. Yesterday we understood right knowledge and wrong knowledge. Today we will enter into imagination. Imagination, same way, can lead you to joy or pain, suffering or ecstasy. See, almost all meditation techniques are based on imagination, except very few techniques. The clicks, what I call initiations, except the initiations directly from the master, all other techniques use imagination. For example, the unclutching, the science of unclutching, or the first technique which Patanjali spoke, your mind is not a thing, it is an action, stop. This is not using your imagination. This is a straight initiation. Straight initiation, straight click. Except this kind of initiations, this kind of clicks, all other techniques are using your imagination. When the imagination is used to lead to pleasure, to make you experience ecstasy, it is called meditation. The same imagination is used to lead you into suffering, it is called mind. There are only two things. Either your mind can continuously condition you, or it can continuously liberate you. Your imagination can either go this way or that way. It cannot stand still. It cannot stand still. We need to understand this one fact. We always think, I may not be progressing spiritually, but I am stuck somewhere where I am. No. Either you progress or you are going down. There is no such thing as stuck. Please be very clear. There is no such thing as stuck. Either you are going up or going down, like skiing. There is no such thing that you can stop or stand stuck. No. It doesn't happen in the inner field. If your imagination is used by you to liberate yourself, to uncondition yourself, it is called meditation. If your imagination is used to bind you more and more, to create more and more bondage, it is called mind. Conditioning. I have seen even the great knowledge about yoga, people start using it for one more conditioning. I have seen thousands of people reading Yoga Sutra, they will be depressed because they misuse this knowledge, they abuse this knowledge, they misinterpret this knowledge, they start imagining their own things out of this knowledge. That is why this great truth should be heard directly from an enlightened being. Then he knows where Patanjali put comma, where Patanjali gave strong emphasis, where Patanjali gave the gap. He knows. Please understand, the other day I was reading a beautiful line. God is nowhere. Somebody put a comma next to W. Then it says, God is now here. Sometime you need an enlightened person to put the comma, to create the gap. Only he knows where Patanjali gave gap, where Patanjali put the comma. The other slogan I read, there is only one God. One guy put the comma, next to the word there is only one. Then it reads, there is only one God. First line it says, there is only one God. It's more like a moral science, uniting all the religions, creating peace. The second line, there is only one, comma, God. It's a spiritual experience. It's a spiritual truth. These two statements may look similar, but it has tremendous different significance. Its significance is totally different. See, there is only one God. It can be uttered by anybody. Everybody utters the same thing. But they say in the end, there is only one God, that is my God. Not your God. That is where the problem starts. Everybody accepts there is only one God, no doubt. But everybody says that God is only my God, not your God. The path to that God is only my path, not your path. That is where the problem starts. So if you put one comma, there is only one God, there is only one comma, God, then it's a spiritual experience. This statement means there is only one thing, nothing else. So, when you listen to these great truths from an enlightened master, you know where to put the comma, you know where Patanjali gave the gap, you know where he emphasized, you know where he was connecting or disconnecting words.